Now, first we're going to have something called a pre-unit assessment or pre-unit assignment. Okay, and the objective of this assignment is that you do some reading practice. You need to be able to read the dialogue fluently before class. Likewise, you need to be able to pronounce it properly. So you're going to listen to the lecture, the audios, and you're going to practice. Likewise, some listening practice for you as well to recognize the different sounds and the words. Likewise, I'm going to assess you on previous knowledge so that I know what your prior knowledge is before you come to the lecture on Saturday. And likewise, you're going to be exposed to the vocabulary before lesson, okay? Which is very good because when I come to explain the grammar concepts, at least you're not stuck on the vocabulary. So how are we going to do that? First thing, reading fluency. We're going to read the conversations. This is the pre-unit assignment. We're not even in the live class yet. So for reading fluency, you're going to fire up the assignment and you're going to listen to it, and then you're going to record yourself a private voice note so that you can compare it to the voice note you're going to do at the end of the week. Because again, like we said many times before, I want you as a student to realize your progress, because this will build your confidence, and with confidence, mashallah, you'll have all the motivation that you need. Likewise, vocabulary assessment. So you're going to have a quick assessment of vocabulary based on your prior knowledge, because I assume that most of you know at least some Arabic words. Okay, so you're going to be asked, do you know the meaning of this word? Multiple choice vocabulary exercise. And that's how it goes. Okay, then after that, you are going to do some flashcards, practicing the vocab that you don't know. And then finally, a comprehension assessment on the dialogue itself. I want to know, what have you understood and what have you not understood? So I'm going to present the widget is going to present to you sentence by sentence, and then you're going to rate how well you understood each sentence. And then optionally, you can also give a try and translate it if you want. That's optional. But I want you to read the sentence and be like, I understand 70%, I understand 60%. Why do I want all of this information? Because this is going to guide how the live class is going to be. Okay, so when we start the live class, first I'm going to introduce the learning outcomes for that particular unit, and then we're going to do something called the pre-lesson work analysis. Okay, so whatever you've done in the assignment, I'm going to analyze it quickly. And I'm going to start with the words everyone got right. I don't want to spend time on that. Okay, vocabulary, everybody knows these words. There's no point explaining them. I continue. And then I go on to the most difficult words and I work my way down. Okay, same thing with grammar. I don't spend time on the sentences that everyone understood. Instead, I'm going to focus on the difficult sentences that you struggled with. Okay, and I'm also going to answer some of your pre-submitted questions that you might have while you were doing the pre-assignment work. Okay, after that, we're going to go on to the dialogue. Practice the dialogue. So you're going to listen first to the dialogue, then you're going to listen and repeat, and then I'm going to get individual students to read from the dialogue itself. Okay, or that might be done in the workshop. That might be done in the workshop for those of you that feel shy, and those of you that want to take the plunge, you want to read out loud, tafaddal, you can do that, no problem. Then I'm going to ask a few simple questions before I start the lesson, just to get the brain juices flowing and to compare with the end of lesson quiz. So at the end of the quiz, I want to know how much progress you made. Okay, and so that also I know what your needs are, so I can focus on what needs to be focused on in the lesson. Then we're going to practice some vocabulary all together in a class. Yes, and we're not going to bother with what everyone got right. We're going to focus on the difficult words. Then we're also going to do some grammar practice all together, inshallah, and we're going to revisit those grammar concepts that were difficult, and we're going to explain them, inshallah, in detail. And then we're going to preview what's going to be done in the private class, in the workshop, and also I'm going to explain the homework for next class. Okay, and then at the end, right at the end, we do a quick end of lesson assessment to assess and ensure that everything is understood. Then we're going to have a little break, and then the workshop starts. In the workshop, as you can see, in live class 1, the theory is about 1 hour, and the workshop is about 1 hour. Okay, but live class 2, it's different. Live class 2, the theory is only for 30 minutes, whereas the workshop is for 1.5 hours. Okay, and the workshop, the one on Saturday, we are going to focus on reading fluency, that you can read fluently, because look, you will not speak fluently in Arabic if you can't even read the dialogue fluently. And a lot of people, they go wrong here. Okay, they can't even read the dialogue fluently and they expect to speak fluently. I'm not going to tell you to memorize the dialogue like my teacher did, even though I benefited from that, I have to be honest. But I'm not going to tell you to memorize it like the Quran, but you have to be able to read it fluently. Okay, and then we're going to do some vocabulary practice as well inside the workshops, and some grammar practice. So as you can see, the workshop, the one that is on Saturday, its focus is on comprehension. It focuses on what? On comprehension. Okay? Then we have the homework. The homework also for Sunday and Monday focuses again on reading fluency. You're going to record a voice note and you're going to deliver that. And I'm going to give you feedback on that. Or one of the teachers is going to give you feedback on that. You're going to practice vocabulary flashcards. Not the ones that you done earlier. These are like proper flashcards with spaced repetition that you're going to practice for the rest of your life. Okay? Or at least until you become fluent. Okay? And then you're going to do listening comprehension exercises and then the reading comprehension exercises. So this is for the homework after live class 1. Again, focus on comprehension. After you've comprehended and now you understand these words and you get the grammar, now we're going to focus on expression, the speaking and the writing. Okay? And that's going to start with live class 2. Okay? So lecture 2, first we're going to do a quick recap for 30 minutes, read a bit, talk about what we did last week, go over the homework, address common mistakes, cover the supplementary vocab because the book has got supplementary vocab, talk about some related grammar skills that the book has not mentioned that I feel like you need some top up, and then we'll do a quick competition on Quizlet, see who is the vocabulary master for that week, and then we're going to give some instructions for the next unit. Then we're going to break up for the workshops. In the workshops, you're going to do speaking practice. So speaking practice is basically teacher is doing minimum talking, right? He's just going to give you speaking prompts. It might be pictures, it might be questions, it doesn't matter. But it's all about the students speaking to each other and interacting with each other. The teacher is not going to give immediate feedback while you're speaking. He's not going to cut you off. He's going to allow you to talk for a couple of minutes. He's going to take notes. And then after that, he's going to give the feedback. Okay, you said this, but actually it should be like this. You said this, it should be like that. But he's going to try and preserve the natural, if you like, conversation as much as possible, along with the feedback that you need in order to improve your speaking, inshallah. Same thing, we're going to do writing practice as well. You're going to get a prompt, you're going to write. And also pronunciation practice to make sure you get those letters right, inshallah, when it comes to pronunciation. Okay? So that's live class 2. Focus on what? Expression. Then you got post-unit assignments, writing practice, speaking prompts that you do throughout the week. So every day, I'm going to send like a few questions on the channel, speaking prompts, and then you record a voice note, okay, based on those prompts, just to keep the speaking going throughout the week. I don't want you to just speak Arabic when it's live class or workshop time. No, you need to get used to speaking this language on a daily basis, okay? And then end of week assessment, inshallah ta'ala, which consists of vocabulary quiz and a grammar quiz, and then end of week report, which you're going to receive on Google Classroom according to whatever grades you've got in your assignments. You're going to receive that on a weekly basis, inshallah. And then for those on the private mentorship, we're going to do diagnostic assessment and a next week action plan. That's the sample week.